Hello and welcome to episode number 10 of the Joey Moments podcast. I'm Joey. I have Joey Moments, and I am joined by
Mr. Stacks.
Mr. Stacks.
Nathan. Do I do first and last name?
No, don't do last name. Please don't. I have to censor it if you do your last name.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to work out how little personal information I should have. It'd be different if, like we were like a big production company and we were doing this all professionally.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really matter. We'd be personalities and it really wouldn't matter. It matters right now since everyone has jobs who might not appreciate what we say here.
Yeah, that's also very true.
Like I had to censor both of Chris's jobs.
Yeah. I guess you could keep it in if it's like, previous job. But
even with that, I cut it out. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
there are people who are still, well, I don't know about friends. I follow them on social media and such.
Yeah.
But I don't know about friends. Friends is a very nice term.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But so how was your week?
It's horrible.
You had
it was horrible.
Quite the week. You were supposed to be.
I was supposed to be having basically the closest that I'll ever have to a religious experience, aside from the Joji concert.
I was about to say, yeah. You said the same
Actually,
thing about
no.
Joji.
I think that I would have been more emotionally moved at what was supposed to be the Blink-182 concert with Pierce the Veil.
Yeah, the Pink Pony Club really would have gotten you there.
They really would have. Yeah, no, I got canceled. That's the third time in a row that I have had the chance to see them, and they have canceled.
Really?
So I'm 3 times.
Oh my God, you just aren't. God is telling you not to see them.
I've waited to see them. Well, the big thing was I wanted to see them with Tom DeLonge. Mm-hmm. That was the whole point.
Yep.
Because I had the chance to see them twice with Matt Skiba, and he was all right. But
Matt Skiba, that's the...
he was the Alkaline Trio lead singer who was on loan to Blink-182. But, I was supposed to... I was gifted tickets after graduating from high school from my aunt who took me to see Green Day. They canceled because that's when Travis Barker had blood clots in his arm. Do you remember that?
Yep, okay.
So he couldn't play drums. And then the second time, I didn't have tickets to it, but it was shortly announced afterwards that when Anna took me to Warped Tour, they were supposed to be like the final act. Like as everybody was
like
leaving
the closing
and heading
band?
to... Yeah, so it was, what is it? We the Kings? Yeah, after We the Kings, Blink-182 is supposed to come out. And that would have been insane. And then this most recent time, which is the time that I was most excited for because it was Tom DeLonge. And he didn't sound like shit from the videos that I watched. I mean, obviously, he sounds older.
I will say, the first like 2 stops on their tour, I was like, oh my God, he sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And then he got into it.
Yeah.
And, honestly, that makes sense because that's not the same type of music he's been singing since he left Blink.
Yeah.
So it made sense that, it's going to take him a second to get back into the rhythm of singing those songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I saw videos from a stop last week.
Yeah.
And he sounded really good. I was like, oh, wow, they sound like an older version of Blink-182.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the thing. In order to cope, I was watching the video of the performance the night before in Milwaukee that they were doing. And his voice went out halfway through the show. So, after the first, 8 songs or so, Mark had to sing all the verses, and then if Mark didn't sing, he would tell the crowd to sing Tom's.
Gotcha.
His voice was so gone that
he couldn't even say
sick. Yeah, he couldn't even say thank you into the microphone, to the crowd. After the show was done, he was mouthing thank you. And so I listened to him before his voice went out, and it sounded like old Tom, and not old good Tom, but old bad Tom. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? It wasn't meant to be. So now I told Anna, I was like, although you think I would learn my lesson by now, the next chance that I have, it's obviously just meant to be that I'm meant to spend $1,000 on one ticket alone and be front row, front and
pit
center.
Tickets, yeah.
So, and then if that falls through, then there's no hope. Then I'll give up on seeing them. But
hopefully next time.
I'm hoping.
Honestly, hopefully their next tour they come back to to Harrah's.
Yeah.
Because they have like a thing for Harrah's. Like they've performed at Harrah's Stir Concert Cove.
Yeah.
Like 4 times.
Yeah.
So
that was where I was supposed to go the first time.
I just don't get why they haven't come back because
they're big enough, clearly.
Well, it's not
at least in my opinion.
They're bigger than Stir Concert Cove. Stir Concert Cove is not a place that big artists go.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Like I think the biggest artist that I've seen there is probably a tie between Ice Cube and A Day to Remember.
A Day to Remember was pretty.
And they're both.
And that was a good concert.
And that's not to say that either of those bands is less relevant than Blink-182, but like Ice Cube is not selling out arenas.
Yeah.
Day to Remember not selling out football stadiums.
No.
Blink-182 is selling out football stadiums right now.
Yeah, like me and Dylan bought tickets during like the pre-sale, and it was packed.
Yeah.
Like we got as close as we could with spending a reasonable amount. I think it was something like a little over $500 for 2 tickets, and that was
That's not bad for 2 tickets. For 2 tickets for an event that's going to be that sold out.
Well, that was also we were kind of back. That was like relatively. So like if this right here is like the stage, because it was cool. They did it on a diamond stage, so you could get seats anywhere and see them.
Oh, okay.
Well, so if this was the stage, we were like out here.
Gotcha.
So I think we would have had a good enough view, but
it still wouldn't have been like
so,
seeing them like at Stir, because at Stir you're close no matter what.
Oh, dude, at Stir I'd have been moshing to get up front at a Blink-182.
Dude, oh my god, first sneeze on the podcast.
Sorry, I have that effect on.
No, I was doing lawn work with my parents all day, and
dude, the pollen's bad.
They have their problem is they have an old driveway, so there's a bunch of cracks.
Yeah.
So they get all the weeds. So today, I'm going back tomorrow to help mow the lawn in the front and the back. But today, all we did was we weed whacked all the weeds out, and then had to use the dust blower to blow all the dust out, oh my god, I've had dirt in my nose for like an hour.
I actually love mowing. I used to mow my grandma's lawn all the time. That's how I built my first computer. I'm weird like that. I hate any other chores, but like vacuuming and mowing the lawn, I love those.
Well, you're gonna make.
I think it's because it's got to be something in my brain that tells me it's satisfying. Because it's the same with like when you vacuum and like you can tell the carpet's clean and you got all the fancy little design. It's the same way with a nice mowed lawn.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're gonna make a great dad one day because you're gonna have a riding lawnmower. And you're gonna make sure, I can already see it. You're gonna make sure that the riding lawnmower you get has a cup holder.
Oh, 100%.
So you have a fucking PBR in your hand
100%.
while you're fucking mowing the lawn.
In my opinion, if you buy a riding lawnmower and you don't have a cup holder on it, you are failing. You are clearly doing something wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I love my uncle has a riding lawnmower at my parents' house, and he doesn't really ever use it. He'll like occasionally have a Gatorade or something in there. And I'm just like, you need a beer.
I'll go all out.
You need a beer, man.
I'll have like a giant like umbrella attached to it too. It'll be so good. I'm so ready.
Oh yeah, for your tiny little lawn. For
my tiny little lawn
that you're gonna be able to afford.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Your little $180,000 house that's falling apart. It's our fixer-upper.
Maybe a bedroom and a half, maybe.
Oh my god. Yeah, your cats are gonna have more space than you.
Yeah, they will. And then they'll work hard to destroy everything because that's what they do.
Dude, that's so accurate for cats. We had Cortana just somehow got into my room yesterday while I was at work, and she killed Optimus Prime.
Damn. The Lego one?
Yeah, Lego Optimus Prime that's on the very, very top of my bookshelf. She decided to King Kong that shit and knock him over.
It's better than throwing it like some people do.
You know, who would do such a thing?
who would throw a Lego set? I have no idea.
Does this plane fly?
Does this plane fly?
That's so funny because I remember that so distinctly because that was one of the very few times that I hung out outside of school with you, Dylan, and Henry, and then your brother was there.
That was like the weirdest part. It was such a weird
group
of
because
people.
I had never met your brother before. That was the first time I met Jacob. And then I did not, it's not to say that I didn't because I did hang out with you and Henry and Dylan occasionally, but not very often.
Yeah.
Because by the time you guys had your group, I was whipped.
Yeah.
We'll say, put that one out there.
That's the way to put it, yeah.
But also, like, I was not hanging out with Dylan. I hung out with Henry a lot during that time.
Yeah.
But you and Dylan, I didn't hang out with a whole lot during that period.
Yeah.
Because it was funny because when everyone got Counter-Strike, because that's how you guys got really close, was through Counter-Strike.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Which is so funny because I started playing Counter-Strike before you did.
Yeah.
The original group for Counter-Strike was Chad, Henry, Dylan, and me.
Yeah.
And then Chad fell off. I got stuck at Gold Nova 2, and then they got you, and then I stopped playing because my computer was a potato.
We used to, oh my gosh, we've had so many different
like Counter-Strike
rosters
groups.
through
Yeah,
the
no, it's
years.
crazy because that was still like when I was playing that a lot, like every day.
Yeah.
That was still when Chad played. That's when Chris played. That's when Chris got Overwatch.
Yeah.
Back when that was a thing. Is that still a thing? I don't really
Yeah.
think it is anymore, right? So Chris played. Jake played all the time.
Yeah.
Well, Jake gambled all the time.
Yeah. He was good at it.
I played all the time. We had just so many people that played Counter-Strike at the same time. And it was like this really sweet spot. It was back when the game was fun without being like this mentally draining experience.
Well, yeah, it was like you had. I think it was because we all were like lying to ourselves. We're like, oh my god, we could go pro. So it was fun to like actually spend that much time, and because that was the first game that I felt like I'd actually seen myself like be decent at. Because for the longest time I played Call of Duty. Obviously, I played with Tyler and Logan.
Yep.
And I did all right. I was never like I would have my 1 or 2 games where I'd be top of the scoreboard or whatever. I was like, it's fine, it's whatever. But then when I started playing Counter-Strike, something about that game, like I think it was because you could actually see yourself improving.
No,
and
you
it was
can.
like there were a lot of complicated mechanics that you had to learn, and that was cool.
It was this feeling that was really unique. For certain other games, you don't get it. Even when you rank up, like you just don't feel it. In Counter-Strike, it was rewarding to like go up a tier. Like
Yeah.
to get out of like silver and go to gold Nova, you were like, oh wow. Like that felt good. But then also you'd see it in the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Because nobody starts at just being like the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And you'd have that like first game where you got like 25, 30 kills and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what it feels like.
That's what motivated me. I played a casual game, not even like the ranked mode. I played a casual game for my first ever match of Counter-Strike, not against bots, against actual people. I went like 1 in like 24. And that's what motivated me. I was like, I will never get my ass kicked this bad again.
But and games just don't do that anymore. You don't get games that do that. Like Call of Duty doesn't do that. It caters to you. It puts you with other shitty players. It's like, I don't want to play with other shitty players if I'm bad.
Yeah.
I want to get my ass stomped once or twice. Because like that's how it was for me when I started playing Call of Duty. When my uncle first like let me play the game.
Yeah.
I got curb stomped. Absolutely fucking curb stomped. I'd watch my uncle play.
Yeah.
And I'd learn the things that he would do. And I'd be like, okay, if I do this, start shooting before I ADS.
Yeah.
Okay. If I know someone's in that room, I got to start shooting before I even turn the corner.
Yeah.
All these things. Cooking grenades. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, one day he was like watching me just throw grenades. And he was like, if you hold it down, you get like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you can throw it and then it'll explode right when it lands. And I was like,
yeah, exactly.
and it was just that learning, like picking up the game, and it felt good. But also the thing like with Call of Duty, because me and you are really big into that, unfortunately.
Yeah, for real.
That's like the abusive relationship that never gives anything in return.
Well, this year, don't worry. This year will be
This year,
different.
it's Black Ops 6. It's Black Ops 6.
It's Treyarch. It'll at least be half good. At the very least.
Well, and we have traditional prestige, so that's exciting. But like with Call of Duty, it's just, God, it felt so good to like see someone kick your ass with a gun and be able to go, oh, you'd go kill them, you'd pick up their gun, and you'd go, oh, it's this gun with this attachment.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple hours later, you've unlocked that gun, and you've gotten the 2 attachments, because you can only put 2 attachments on back then. Instead of now, it's like, okay, so now I'm going to have to do, I have to unlock this gun to unlock this gun to unlock this modifier to unlock this gun, and then I can unlock these attachments. The last attachments, I have to get this gun level 70 to get this attachment. It's such a mess.
It's like I like doing something different, trying to add some new life to the game, but there's a point where it's like, no, simplicity is key.
There are certain games that I play to grind. Like, you've been on Discord with me the last month and a half.
Yeah.
I've done nothing but play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That game's a grind. And I enjoy WoW because of that.
Yeah.
Because it always feels like I'm achieving something. I'm constantly moving forward.
Yeah.
That is not why I play Call of Duty. That's why I prestige in Call of Duty. But, like, there's a point. Like, if I don't want to reach max prestige, if I'm comfortable, like, once we start playing S&D, wherever I'm at that point, it's going to be, all right, did I get my mastery camo? Yes. We're going to play S&D?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm prestige 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have my S&D sniping class? Perfect. I'm not prestiging anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to play S&D now.
Exactly. That's what I did not mind like the level 1000 cap because, oh my gosh, we hit like, I think the highest level that I ever got from just S&D and Cold War was like 636 or something like that.
No, we got way up there. We played a lot of Cold War.
Maybe I got into the 700s. We did.
I think we got into like
lot.
this. I think most people got into like the 700-800 range.
That was honest.
Because he should not be named. I think got to like 900 and something.
Yeah.
Because he played a lot without us.
That is true. Yeah.
That was always so funny. Without naming him, I still want to talk about that apartment because that apartment was so
we can
amazing because that was right before we all turned 21. Well, you guys moved in when we turned. You guys had just turned 20.
Yes.
When we moved in because that was when COVID happened.
Actually, this is good set. We should open these up before they get too cold.
That works for me.
Yes. So, actually, I'll let you give your review first, but then we'll come back to this because there are lots of good.
Why don't you tell the audience what we're drinking today?
I don't know how you pronounce it. It looks like Hogarden, but I think it's Hogarden. It's a German beer.
I wouldn't mind going to the Hogarden.
The Hogarden. I think you'll like it because you like, is it Shiner or Shriner? Shinerbach?
Shinerbach.
I think you'll like it because it's very...
So...
This is the first beer that I thought
The original Belgian wheat beer. The original. Oh.
It's pretty good.
1445, really. That's an old beer. Yeah. That's kind of crazy to think about. Oh, I do like that. I cannot put my finger on what that tastes like though.
It's very sweet. Like that's the thing is because there's this and then there's is it Polliner? Have you read Polliners?
I haven't, but I've heard people talk about it.
Those are pretty good. Those are a little bit more. They kind of like a little bit more.
It tastes like a fruit, but I can't tell you what fruit it tastes like.
Yeah.
Like there's a fruitiness to it, but I cannot tell you what fruit it is. And it's not an overwhelming flavor. Like it's not like when you get like a Pacifico where you can like taste almost the lemon to it.
Yeah.
But no, that's actually really good. I like that a lot. That might be one of my favorites that we've tried on the show so far.
I like this one.
I do want to get the monitor for the tier list.
Yeah.
Eventually, but
next time I'm on, I will actually. We gotta figure out. I wanted Keg Creek. That's what I wanted.
Yeah,
because
they don't can Keg Creek anymore.
No, they don't. PBR. So PBR is my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's my default. But Apricot Moon Gold, Keg Creek Apricot Moon Gold is my favorite beer of all time. And then there's another one called Dry Dock. That's what I wanted, and that's Apricot Blonde.
Oh.
And it's similar, but it's not quite the same thing. But it's good enough. Everywhere we're sold out. And that's what I tried to get. So then I was like, okay, then I'll get this because I feel like it's close enough to Shinerbach that you might like it.
I do like this. This is actually a really good beer. This might be one of the first beers I finish on the podcast. I think if you go back and watch it, I don't think I finished a single one. I think I finished the Jack and Coke that me and JC had.
I think you did. Yeah.
It's so hard. I barely remember these podcasts.
I was also thinking of, like, for the meme of it, bringing Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, because that's, like, the most, like, again, that's just beer. That's just the flavor. There's no hints of anything.
That's the way Bud Light is to me.
Soda.
Like, the way Bud Light tastes to me is the way that to me is the default flavor of beer.
I prefer, honest to God, I prefer Miller High Life over Bud Light. Because
I
Bud
could
Light,
not get that. I
Bud
could not
Light
join you on that one.
Tastes like diet beer to me.
Bud Light to me, like the way I envision it, like like when you start like an RPG, and your character is just in like the bare clothes.
Yeah,
that's the way Bud Light is. That's the no frills, no upgraded items. That's just beer. Bud Light's just the beer.
Yeah,
it's your bare point of entry. There's a lot of things that are better. There are things that are worse. You're just kind of sitting in the middle with the Bud Light.
Yeah, I would say honestly. Here's the thing. This might be a controversial take for the general audiences. Honest to God, Mick Ultra deserves the spotlight that Bud Light has.
I would 100% agree. Mick Ultra
the flavor's
is
better. It actually tastes like beer.
It's the best light beer.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Bud Light is just...
Anywhere I go, like I learned to drink Bud Light because if you can drink Bud Light, you can drink Busch, and you can drink Coors, you will always have a beer anywhere you go. Yeah, anywhere in the United States.
Yeah.
Anywhere. You drink those three beers, you are set. Right?
That's why I made PBR my favorite. Because
PBR, you're going to find places that won't serve it.
Exactly.
And that's the crazy part. Because PBR, no offense to PBR, but if we're being honest with it, it's a cheap beer.
No, and that was my mindset.
Everywhere. It should be everywhere, but it's not.
That was my mindset. Is okay.
Like when are we going to get PBR as the official beer of the NFL?
It really should be. It would go really well with the brain trauma. It really. But
yeah, you see, we're having you insulting the NFL, and then when Tyler comes on, it's going to be nothing but football.
Yeah.
You're not going to listen to that episode.
No,
you're going to tune in for
like
30 seconds.
I hope Tyler hears that. I'm going to skip your episode, buddy.
I already have the week that he's going to be on. We already have it penned in on the schedule. I theoretically have the layout of everyone that I want through the rest of the season in the order that I want them. It's just about getting people in that order. There are certain people I don't know if that'll work out. But
I'm excited for your last one. I won't say obviously anything about it because
you know about the last one, yeah.
But I think that'll be a
season
good one.
finale. I think is gonna be really good.
I think that'll be that one. You know,
I can say
it should be a long one.
I think it will be a long one. I think that's going to be the first 2-hour one.
Yeah.
However, there's one a couple weeks ahead of it. So I will spoil a little something. So it's not just the lads who are going to be on the podcast. I've had some interest from some lads' parents.
Okay.
And so we are going to have a couple lads' parents on. So once I get through all the lads, we're going to have a streak of lads' parents for the last 3 or 4 weeks right before that last one.
Yeah.
And I think one of those, you can already figure out who it is in your head, is going to be a 2-hour endeavor. Yeah. Just because I don't think me and him will stop talking. I think he's going to set down, I'll probably buy the beer that week. I'll probably buy Mick Ultra or Bud Light. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to clear a case of it.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Knowing him, he might be tipsy by the time he gets here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But circling back to the apartment.
Yeah.
Because that's when me and you really started hanging out.
Yeah.
Was COVID and the apartment. Because I would come over because I had nothing better to do. And I would come over after you guys got off work. Well, after you got off work and after he woke up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he would sleep through work. I would come over. And by the time I'd get there, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. You guys would be like, hey, here's our Lena's order. Pick up Lena's on your way over. I'd bring Lena's over. And then you guys would already be drunk.
Oh.
It'd be a Wednesday afternoon.
We would be trash. So, what happened was, neither one of us was 21 by the time we moved out. But he who shall not be named had a hookup who was 21. And so we would give him our order, and he would bring the alcohol. And at one point, we sent in this giant order because it was one of the weekends that we were planning okay, we're gonna have all you guys come over and we're gonna hang out. And the dude was mind blown that two guys, because we didn't tell him that it was for a bunch of people. And so we bought, I think, $250 worth of alcohol from this dude. And obviously, at the time, a lot of that was we would get the giant handles of Captain Morgan, the big ones.
You're giving me PTSD.
We would drink those and I would say that rum and cokes were the default, the go-to drink there, because that was right as we had started. At least for me, I really never ever drank underage up until that point.
No, that was around the time I did. The first time I drank alcohol intentionally, I was trying to get drunk, I was 20. And I'm pretty sure, God, it was at your apartment. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a lot of my first times doing things were at your apartment because it was the first time really drinking to get drunk. That was at your apartment.
Yeah.
First time smoking hookah was at your apartment.
Yeah.
I think that's really it because I think everything else I'd done.
Yeah, the first time that I got drunk was actually at Chris, Eric, and John's apartment.
Oh, that apartment.
And that was the first time that I learned how tequila worked, but I didn't realize.
You're a big anti-tequila guy now.
I am. But at the time, it was just, I would take a swig and then immediately follow it with Gatorade. So I think in the span of 5 minutes, I took 8 or 9 swigs of tequila.
So that's probably 10 to 12 shots.
And I felt great. And I remember I felt great. And then I got really sick. And I threw up in their bathroom. But it was so weird. Honest to God, I was half there, half nearly passing out from the alcohol. And so I'm sitting there, head down in the toilet, and I look up, and I swear to God, it was a Call of Duty cutscene. My vision's in and out, and I see Chris appear through my blurry vision, and he just looks like when a dad has to be disappointed, but they're kind of proud, you know? And he was like, "How you doing, buddy?" Didn't see Chris at all that night up until that point. I'm pretty sure that if that was not Chris, it was a guardian angel who looked exactly like Chris. And I remember he was sitting there patting my back. He's like, "You'll be all right."
So that's the look you're going to give your son inevitably.
Oh, 100%.
When they get drunk, you're going to, like, I look forward to that part of our lives where, like, we all have our kids. And inevitably, our kids aren't going to be friends because our kids want to be friends. Our kids are going to be friends because all of us are friends. And we're all going to hang out as, like, uncles. They're not going to get a choice. And inevitably, our kids are going to want to get drunk together.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen in one of our garages, just like it happened for us when we were all growing up. And we're going to come home, and it's going to be, where's the kid?
Yeah.
You know, Anna's here. Anna's just going to be sitting there going, he's in the bathroom throwing up.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to go in there, and you're going to have to be bad dad, but you're going to be proud. You're going to be like, yeah, look at you. I remember when I threw up like that. What'd you drink?
Yeah.
There's rum? You were around Joey's kid, weren't you?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I'll tell my kid, like, stay away from whiskey.
Whiskey's bad.
You have the frisky gene in you. If you start drinking too much whiskey, you're going to party hard for about an hour, and then you're down for the count for like the next 6.
It's so funny. Every time I'm at your apartment and you start drinking whiskey, I end up leaving and you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, it's, we sit here and, we're laughing about it, but like, I literally can't have whiskey. I can't stop myself.
That's how I am with tequila. Tequila touches my lips, and it's a done deal for the night.
Dude, it's something about, like, specifically when we have Eric and Jenna over at our apartment, I swear to God, they have some weird-ass buff where alcohol hits like 1,000 times harder. Because there was one time they came over, and I shit you not, I had 3 beers. Felt like I was obliterated. And got sick off of 3 beers. Those are rookie numbers.
You ever think maybe you're just getting old?
All the time. All the time.
Like, I think about that sometimes, and I go, dude, I just can't drink as much as I used to. Because I'll just get a wicked hangover.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about drinking last night, so when we came back, because I brought Z home.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I got comfortable. You know, I got to where I wanted to be. And I was like, I'm going to play WoW. And I remembered that I had brought home my bottle of Jose Cuervo from Tarek's parents.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I could just open this and start drinking, and I could be fucking drunk by the time I go to bed. And I was like, but if I do that, I'm going to wake up at, 9 a.m. to get ready to go do stuff all day.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have just the most fucking mind-splitting headache.
Yeah. That's the annoying thing about getting older is,
you get hangovers more often.
Hangovers were like a badge of honor. Like when I first started drinking, it was like, yeah, I went hard enough. I deserve this pain. And now it's like I have 4 beers without any water, and I wake up the next day and I'm like, I have that annoying slight headache, and I just feel dehydrated and gross. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me?
Yep. It's terrible because I'll look back on how much I used to drink, and you can attest to this. I used to drink a lot. Like, getting drunk was like an event for me.
As I open up another beer.
That's fine. Hey, I think I'm going to here once I finish this one. I'm just checking because I am going to probably restart the camera here in a second. You can hand me that. The bottle cap. We have the.
Oh yeah, here you go. Sorry.
Eventually, I'm going to do some like art with it. I think I'm
that'd be cool.
I think I'm going to do the lads logo with beer with the bottle caps.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be sick.
But. And I think about how much I used to drink. Like, I think about, like, past Ozarks.
Yeah.
Because I'll get the pictures that'll come up in my memories and stuff. Holy fuck, we were monsters.
Yeah.
Like, that night I threw up in the Ozarks, thinking about the amount I drank. 1.5 bottles of those Jose Cuervo margarita mix.
Yeah.
On top of 7 Fireball shooters, like 9 beers. Those were, like, bottled beers or canned beers. That was not me going to the keg doing keg stands. I think I did, like, 2 or 3 keg stands. And then like 4 pulls of a bottle of Patron. Yeah, within the span of like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not surprised I threw up. My body was probably just trying to kill me.
Yeah, but I gotta say that, like, I think the Ozarks just does that. It just makes it to where you can. It's definitely just the vibe. I feel like my body knows that it can handle more alcohol specifically in the Ozarks than it can anywhere else.
Because there's a lot of grass that you can throw up in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the first time I threw up in the Ozarks, which I have not thrown up since the first year. But the first year I threw up was down in the cabin. And I remember I woke up in the middle of the night. I had to get sick. So I ran out to that cabin and I threw myself against like that wooden barrier right out front. Just shot out. Felt so much better. And then was ready to go and do it all again the next night.
Yeah, I can't say the same thing. I was dead. My hangover lasted about 17 hours.
You got to talk about Ozarks hangover. You got to get Austin on this. You got to talk to Austin about the ultimate. I'm not falling asleep this year.
He doesn't get his hangovers, though, because he goes to bed so fucking early.
Yeah.
Because he gets drunk, and then he's in bed by 9 p.m.
If Austin's here, I know Tyler will listen to this. You know what makes them extra losers? Who the hell gets up early to go golfing in the Ozarks?
Hey, I went golfing this year.
Yeah, but you at least stayed up. You at least stayed up later than them.
I did. I was up until I think 11:30, and then I went to bed.
This year's Ozarks was very chill though.
So I feel like there was a lot of reasons for that. I feel like partially it was we had Chris and Mac's wedding, which was the weekend before.
We did like three or 4 weeks of events leading up to it.
And then also, the thing that like some of us kind of felt like was that when you guys went early, that you guys were a day ahead of everyone. So when we got to Friday, you guys were on your Saturday mindset. You guys were on the like, oh, it's time to wind down and get ready to go home. You guys were not at the, let's get fucking wasted.
I can confidently say that me and Tarek were on the same. You know what? We may be tooting our own horn here. All right. I feel like me and Tarek, we know how to set the vibe and get people up and going.
Yeah, I would say so. I said that on the podcast last week.
Yeah. Unfortunately, me and Tarek both were in the same mindset of, man, we know that we got to get people up and doing stuff, but it's just nice to just like sit and relax.
Dude, I would have been fine this year to keep going if it hadn't been for that fucking migraine I got. And I think that happened. I think it was heat exhaustion because I'd been out in the heat all day from golfing. Because the golfing, 18 holes should not have taken us 6.5 hours.
No, that was ridiculous.
No, it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And then we went to Coconuts, and I got drunk at Coconuts, and the heat was still all on me at Coconuts, and I hadn't had anything to eat. The last thing I ate was breakfast before golfing. We had Val's right before we went to Coconuts, or right before we went golfing.
It's so fun. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
I should have eaten before I started, indulging.
Yeah, it's so funny that you say that because I was telling Anna, was it last Saturday? Was the baseball game? Right?
Yeah, last week.
Last Saturday was the baseball game.
Yep.
And we felt so tired after that.
Yeah, the heat does.
And I was talking with her, and I was like, I don't understand how I can do this in the Ozarks for like 3 days in a row and just keep going. But then I realized it's because in the Ozarks, the only thing that is set in stone is the common mindset is we have to make it to the next meal.
Yeah.
Like we have a meal planned for every single day. And like that meal is your recharge.
We kind of do. So like we have
Val's is always set in stone.
We always do Val's in the morning. That's always set in stone. Yeah. The first day, the meal that's set in stone is we're going to get there, and then everyone's going to go get Lake Burger for lunch.
Yep.
And then after that, it's just kind of a gimme on what we're going to do for dinner. Typically, I think we cook the first night.
Usually we cook, we cook the first night.
And then Friday's normally the Hushwe night.
Yes.
Which we did not do this
week. Saturday is usually Bass Hole.
Bass Hole, yep, we do Bass Hole.
Saturday night is Bass
Yep,
Hole.
dude, oh my God. And they got expensive.
Yeah.
That steak dinner is crazy. That was almost $30 this year.
And it was not good this year. Here's the thing. I know when you go into a bar, you expect a certain type of quality of steak. Mm-hmm. I'm not expecting a fantastic steak.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting I'm only spending $30 on the steak. It's decent enough. This year, it was terrible.
Well, I don't know. My steak was good.
Mine was not good.
It was good. It was just not $30 steak. It did not feel to me the way I think a $30 steak should feel. Granted, I still enjoyed my steak. I enjoyed my sides because they had like the green beans and
those green
you got
beans
the salad. And their salad's good. I don't remember what else you get with the steak. I think I got onion rings with my steak this year.
I usually do onion rings with my steak.
And it was good. But, God, I don't know if it was because I was still drunk from Coconuts. Because I got really drunk on Saturday, which is very uncommon.
Yeah, usually if you're a driver, usually
No, even then, like people normally like we don't really drink that much. Like people will drink throughout the day, but nobody gets drunk. People are like tipsy all day Saturday.
Yeah. There have been 1 or 2 years where some people would go kind of hard that last day, but usually it's the drivers like. Okay, we can say it. It's legal there. Usually Saturday night is the smoking night.
Yeah,
Saturday
it's
night
legal in Missouri.
is the smoking night for most people, and I don't think I did it this year. I don't think I did. I know you did. I got the video. I actually got the you know how Snapchat does like it'll just pick a random like week. Yeah, I got when you guys made your contraption.
You know, and the funniest thing about that is that thing was amazing to smoke out of, but holy fucking shit, did it just kill me?
Yeah.
Because we did it's so stupid. I would love to be able to talk about what we did. I still think like that might cross the line as to what I'm allowed to talk about.
I wish that you would have I wish you guys would have made that contraption last year. When we had the cameras.
When we were going that hard. Especially because when we were
going that hard. Year. And then we also had the cameras because we knew that it was going to be part of the lads video. That would have been such a funny segment.
I still feel like next year we should bring the cameras back out.
I like bringing the cameras.
Even if we don't like... Even if it's not like a lads video, even if we just say like give the footage to like...
It's the same as home movies.
Yeah.
That's my mind. Like, that's why I if you know, when Eric was... I love that Eric has been bringing his camera to stuff. Like I
love getting the pictures of everything.
I am so... and I was telling... Like I love the candid photos. Like I was telling Anna about this, like, you know, when we get married, right? If we were to hire... Good job. You finished the beer on the podcast. I told Anna, I was like, if we were to get a photographer for our wedding, I want like, what is it? The documentary style photos.
Okay.
Where like, it's all candid. I don't like now here's the thing. I'm not to say that I think that they're bad or anything. Sure. You know, I understand that some people like the pose photos, like go out with like what we do with Chris and Mac.
I think there's a balance.
I would agree. But for the most part, I would rather see a lot of the candid photos. But that's also because for me, like I grew up with my parents, like we would have Friday nights where instead of like doing like a family movie night or a family game night, we would either watch home videos or we would just go through photo albums.
That's so sweet.
And so I think that's why I have I'm very sentimental about like the ability to look back at that kind of stuff and have it be candid. Because when we were looking at pictures of their wedding, it wasn't wedding photos. Because my parents couldn't afford a photographer at the time. So it was just these, you know, disposable camera or like digital camera photos.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think like when I think about like my wedding in the future, which, you know, a lot of things have to happen before that happens. But I want to have like a photographer who's there just to get like the photos of like me and the bride and then like the groomsmen and the families, like those type of photos and like the bridesmaids and all that. And then after that, like the actual, like after the ceremony, like the reception pictures, I just want people to do the thing where there's the QR code on the table and it's just completely candid.
I like that too, but
I want to have my pictures of the reception be from the point of view of my guests. Yep.
Yeah. No, I completely agree because that's the thing that makes it candid. That's the thing that makes it genuine. That's why, that's why I was so excited to do the Ozarks portion of the lads video.
Because did you edit that one? That was your portion?
I edited the whole Ozarks part, and it's just like, it's the personal touch to it. Like that's why I was really excited about the last lads video was because, you know, we were like, okay, it's the last one. We got to really push the sentimental vibe.
And you guys did.
And
it was so good.
I wish I could relive that night of the premiere over again. Like
it was so much fun.
Genuinely, the payoff of watching people's reactions. Like part of me almost wishes that we would have had something like, you know, when people like sneak into movie theaters and film the whole thing and get the audience reactions. Part of me wishes that we would have done that because
you know what's crazy is you could have done that because the camera, like the DSLR that's right there, was mounted right there at my desk the whole time.
We should have done that, dude. You
could have rotated it and it would have gotten the entire audience.
It was genuinely like that was the most rewarding part was like sitting there and talking about like you would think of something funny or something sentimental and you know you'd hear like everyone would go like oh or like laugh their asses off and you're like dude it was so worth it.
I had some banger lines in that
You
video.
did. Dude. now he's got to try crack. That
That
one
was
of the
so
funniest.
fucking, and it's the funniest things that I say always happen when I am just obliterated. That's when I say just the funniest shit. And God, it was, and then my interview, we should go bowling.
And we still haven't.
We have not gone bowling.
No, we did. Well, not the whole lads.
Okay. Not the whole lads.
We did go.
Did.
For the night before the wedding.
Yep, God. And, we can talk more about that here in a second. I think what we're going to do is, I think I have to restart the camera.
You can go to restart the camera.
We're going to take a brief break. Okay, so we are back after a brief little intermission. You may have noticed there was some missing footage. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
If you're an audio listener, it doesn't affect you. If you go to joymoments.com or YouTube, it does affect you. And I'm so sorry that your experience has been not as great as it could be. But I like I don't know if you've watched any of the videos. When the video cuts out, I like that graphic that I have, the please stand by with the lads.
I won't lie. I have only watched the first half of the JCs because I listened to them in my car.
Yep.
Because at the time when you started doing it, I was still working super far away.
Yep, and you were driving like a half an hour.
So my commute would be half an hour one way. So I could listen to one whole podcast in one day.
Yeah.
But now the fact that my commute is 8 minutes with traffic.
It takes like a week.
Yeah, it takes me like almost a full week to listen to one full podcast. But I did binge so I've made it a goal to actually care about my new job. But with the Polish Invasion podcast, I was so excited to listen to that one that the last hour of the day I really scrambled to get all my stuff done so I could sit there with my earbuds in and listen to it.
How did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was so good.
Because there was.
I told you I love the. Now again, like I told you, I like the dynamic of having two people because
Oh no,
I think it's good to establish.
I like my favorite podcasts. All of my favorite podcasts are 4 people podcasts.
Yeah.
I think 4 is a solid number. You get the best variety of conversation that way.
Yeah.
And I wish that I could have done that at the start. Financially, it just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah.
Like this, I think we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it on camera or if it was right before, but just getting this podcast up and running was very expensive. I spent over $1,000 getting everything up and running. And that was, the website, buying equipment, buying furniture because I had to buy stuff, lights, all that stuff. And you don't realize how expensive that stuff is until you're putting it all into an Amazon cart and you see the total and you're like, oh God.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Keep saying what you're
saying. It sucks because ideally I wanted to do a 4-person setup. And ideally I wanted to have these 2 be the end couches and I was going to build a pallet couch.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've ever seen a pallet couch. I think pallet couches are fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I think I feel like with the retro kind of aesthetic that these chairs have, it would kind of fit together. But it was just expensive to get that stuff done. And I think eventually I'd like to have a 4-person podcast every week. It's just, also it's hard just to schedule with one person.
Yeah.
And this was one of the things that I was kind of warned about from our friend's previous experience trying to do a 4-person podcast.
Yeah.
It's hard to schedule 3 other people every week. And so I think at some point what might happen is we might just do the 4 persons like once a month and then have, ideally I think after this season is done in November.
Yeah.
Fun fact for audio and video listeners, season 1 ends the week before Thanksgiving. I don't remember the date, but season finale will have an air date set in stone. So.
Oh, I'm so excited for Friendsgiving. Sorry, just you said your turkey and ham.
No, I love Friendsgiving,
dude.
And I love cooking. It's such a fun day for me because I get to feel. And me and Z were talking about this last night after we got back. I was talking about the difference, the way the house feels, and it might be kind of relevant because you get to experience both ways. You came over a lot with the last house.
Yeah.
The last house felt like a frat house. Like it felt like a bunch of like college kids living together.
Yeah.
This feels like grandma's house. Like when all of you guys come over now, it feels like having the grandkids come over. Like especially like Friendsgiving. Like I think about that day. I spend the entire day cooking for everyone.
I
got up at like 7:30 in the morning to start getting things ready that day, and I did not go to bed until I think like 3 or 4 a.m.
Dude, I specifically love Friendsgiving because, okay, I will definitely say I'm guilty of, like, anytime we do stuff over here, usually I take the easy way out and I'm like, all right, I'll bring beer or I'll bring drinks, right? Friendsgiving, though, is awesome because I feel like, obviously, you guys, sacrifice your kitchen and you guys spend a good majority of the day cooking, like, the main part of the entree. But I feel like that's, like, the one event where everybody really does, like, fully chip in.
Yeah, no, everyone brings food.
Stuff.
We had so much food. Like, we overdid it at Friendsgiving. We overestimated because this was our biggest Friendsgiving. We had the most amount of people here.
Yeah.
And
did we have more? Sorry, really quick. Did we have more people for Friendsgiving or the lads? It was the lads video.
Lads
right?
video, we had more people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that was like the stress test was Friendsgiving.
It was only by like 2 or 3 people. They were both equally sized events. They were both very, very busy.
I think what makes it trickier though is with the lads video, it's
everyone had to
centralizing everybody in one room.
Yeah, because Friendsgiving, you have people who come down here, they'll eat down here. You have people who eat in the living room, in the dining room, in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Everyone's super spread out. And and the lads video was everyone was hanging out upstairs until the video started, and then we all had to come sit down here, which was right before we moved the couches, because the couches used to be right here.
Yeah.
And we moved everything into the corner.
Yeah, I like that.
I like
that more.
I like this a lot more. It feels to me like if we didn't have the podcast set up, obviously that's why we moved it. Yeah. It was because I was starting to get stuff set up for the podcast. But like if we didn't have the podcast set up, like if we didn't have this and the chairs here, I still kind of like having shelves or something here. But it just makes the living room the basement feel so much more open to me.
I like the setup of when like the last house too though, because obviously
the gamer basement.
We're gonna nerd out a little bit again because obviously I loved Optic. So like watching the old Optic house tours, dude, I was like, oh my god, they're living every kid's dream.
Yeah, they
literally have a gamer house. They unironically have a gamer house.
I was so happy to have lived through the gamer house.
I remember when me and Anna came here after like the weekend after you guys moved in, because I can remember. I think me and Anna weren't able to help you guys move.
We moved at night.
Yeah, I think Anna and I stopped.
I think we started. We started moving. I want to say it was a Friday, and we basically started at like 5 o'clock because it was so sudden.
Yeah,
like us getting this house was so last minute, and it was so quick that it happened, and we had to move in so quickly that I wasn't done packing. Tyler wasn't done packing. Marshall wasn't done packing. Yeah. Dylan was done packing because he had 3 items.
Fucking 4 items to his name.
Yeah, he had
total.
a desk, a computer, and a cat, and that was it.
Yeah.
And a fucking bed.
But to be fair, that cat takes a whole crew to move that fat ass.
Oh, we had to get like a dump truck to do it. Yeah. We had to get like an industrial fucking van to bring him over here. Crane had to lift him in.
Had to detach the roof from the house just to drop him
You couldn't drop him. You had to gently put him in. Otherwise, he was going to collapse the whole thing. But we moved in so last minute. I don't think we finished that night until like midnight. And then we got everything set up that weekend. And God, it was so interesting. That house, the dynamic of 4 avid gamers and Zoe.
And Zoe.
Well, because Zoe didn't play games a lot, so what would happen is Zoe would sit down here a lot.
Is the bottle open over there?
Yeah.
Am I gonna sound like an alcoholic for asking that?
Zoe would.
Oh, these are 5%, by the way.
Oh, nice. I don't
actually. Good. I don't know how much. What is the percentage of the average beer?
I think it's like 3.5.
Yeah. No, these hit a little bit harder.
Yeah.
These are the ones that like I would have these when I go to dinner with my parents and I go afterwards and raid their beer fridge, and I'd have like 4 of these and I'd be like. Whoa.
Give me my keys. we joke about that, but obviously, we don't condone that behavior.
Yeah, what did you say last week? Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. Yeah. Well, okay, because it was me who was sober as a skunk, and then Anna and Sam who were...
they're bad influences.
Well, okay. Anna, I don't think is a bad influence. Anna, I think, is the influenceable.
Yes, Anna is
Sam,
not
however.
Anna's not a bad influence. She just has.
You
She's
see
too
that Anna's
easily
really drunk.
influenced.
You see that Anna's drunk, and you go, "Oh well, if Anna's drunk already, Anna's only been here for 45 minutes. If she's drunk already, what the fuck am I doing?" And so you gotta
get 45.
And so you've got to. You're like, Anna, what'd you drink? 3 Smirnoffs.
Thank God there are 2 of them. I hope they hear this on the podcast. Thank God there are 2 of them because it's split. Like Sam, I think can drink a lot of alcohol. Thank God Anna cannot drink as much alcohol as Sam because she would be fucking unstoppable. Like I've made that joke before that when me and Anna inevitably have a child, if that child gets my ability to put away alcohol, but like her goofiness, oh my God, it's a weapon.
Well,
that child's
so
literal
but
weapon.
that depends though, because Anna might pass down the handicap of falling asleep after 3
that is
drinks.
true. The nerf.
That is Anna's thing, because I think Anna could put away the same amount of alcohol as Sam.
She just gets
However,
sleepy.
yeah, alcohol makes her eepy.
Yeah, she gets sleepy.
The missile does not know where it is because
Well,
the missile
actually,
is eepy.
last night for the bonfire, she did not get sleepy at all.
Wow.
Well, correction. No, never mind. She did. Actually, the complete opposite. Scratch that. She did get sleepy, but she had no alcohol.
Oh.
So one of these days, I think that we should just have Anna just start at like noon and really just see what she's capable of.
We just
Actually, no. She did that for her 21st, and it ended the exact same way. She napped. Never mind. Scratch that.
with Anna, we just start her with a Red Bull, but like a 20-ounce Red Bull. Just here, Anna, shotgun this.
Yeah.
Just hand it to her.
That's why the Y bombs are insane.
I love them. I did
one once, and I did not realize. Like,
I'm
I did
trying to
one
know
on a
Saturday. So by the time we recorded the podcast, after we recorded it, a lot of drinking occurred.
Yeah.
Because I got drunk Saturday after talking with Sam and Sam's friends for a while. After they left, I got drunk.
That was so weird. Sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but now that I'm feeling this a little bit. Again, like I said that night when they came over, because you filmed it in front of the live studio
We
audience.
did a live studio audience. That was like an audience.
Those people at this house, I said it last week and I'll say it again. It felt like a goddamn crossover episode.
It was great.
Like it
They
was
were all-
insane because I've known these people for a while, and I'm like, holy shit, we live in a world where they're over here.
Yep. I thoroughly enjoyed having them over here. They were a lot of fun. They
Yeah.
were funny. I always forget how fucking funny Ryan is.
What? Yeah.
That dude is hilarious. But then also hearing, I don't know if I can name anybody, so we named Ryan on the podcast last week, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Sam's other friends, though,
Yeah.
without naming anybody, they were funny because they would tell me stories about Ryan. And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's he's a riot.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So after their 4th of July party, they tried to kidnap me.
I
Did you
heard,
hear about
yeah.
that?
I heard,
I
yeah.
was, yeah. So
Because you came over here afterwards.
after they kept me there for like an
'Cause
hour.
you were there.
But
we were like, where the fuck is Nathan?
I can't lie. I love that lake so goddamn much.
It's a lot of fun.
And they were like, we have alcohol and we have a bonfire. And I'm like, what more do I need? But so this year, if it happens, I'm going to advocate that you all stay there. Damn it.
We just didn't know. Nobody told us.
Well,
If we had known-
that's why I'm saying.
Like,
That's
if
why I'm saying.
Like if Sam had told us like an hour before everything was done that, hey, after the fireworks, we're going to do a bonfire and drink, we would have all stayed.
All right.
The difference was that nobody said that. And so me, being the person with the house, I was like, let's have a bonfire and drink at the house.
Yeah.
And I will not lie to you. Sometimes it is very selfish because I want to be absolutely shit-faced. And I like being shit-faced in my own
100%.
house.
That's why I
because
miss hosting.
It's so awesome because I get to be shit-faced. You all get to get as drunk as you want. And then as soon as you guys walk out my door, the last one of you leaves, I get to just go face down into my bed.
Yeah.
I just go-
No, that's what, honest to God, that's why I love like when we do pocket night. Because I feel like, here's the thing. I put in all the work of making the pockets. I feel like at that point, I've earned the right to be the one who gets absolutely obliterated that night.
I agree.
So,
Yeah. You and Anna have also taken the opportunity multiple times to just crash here.
yeah.
The
we
nights
have.
where Anna gets too drunk and is asleep, and then you're just like, I'm still getting
Yeah.
drunk.
Oh my God.
And so you still just get shit faced anyway.
Yeah.
And we have to bring out the air mattress.
we bring out the air mattress, and then sometimes it's after a party bus. We should talk about this. This story's fucking funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's after the party bus, and it was a night. You weren't here because I think you had to house sit. It was either a party. No, it had to.
Are you talking about the night that you guys slept in my bed?
Yes, me and Tarek.
Okay, that one. Yes, okay.
So
yes, I had to house
Anna,
it, yeah.
Anna got too drunk and she had to stay down here. I think she got sick. I think this was one of the times she got sick. So we were like, okay.
Which time?
That is true. One of the times Anna got sick, it was here at the house, and we were like, okay, we're just going to blow up the air mattress since she got sick down here, and we're just going to move her onto the air mattress. So we did. Well, I wanted to keep partying, and I hate sleeping on an air mattress. The only time I sleep on an air mattress is in the Ozarks.
Yeah, and then you get pissed on.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't like air mattresses.
I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that.
You
story
should.
For Tyler.
I won't say anything about that, but that is a good story. But, so we leave Anna down here. So I try to be a responsible boyfriend. You know, after I'm drinking for like 2 or 3 more hours, and I decide with Tarek, I'm like, you're not here. I want to sleep in a real bed. So I thought I texted Anna.
I remember this
texted Anna, hey, me and Tarek are sleeping in Joey's bed. I'll see you in the morning. I love you. Good night. Anna was pissed the next morning because Anna never got that text message. Anna woke up dazed and confused and sat down here for like an hour and a half before I woke up because my dumbass texted the bus driver that me and Tarek were going to sleep together in Joey's bed. And I'm still pissed to this day that he didn't even have the decency to respond. I told him that I loved him. And
it's so absurd to me.
And he didn't respond.
God.
It's insane.
You know what the worst part about that is? That is the most cuddling that has been done in my bed since I moved into this house.
Dude, honest to God, I remember that so vividly because me and Tarek, am I thinking? Yes.
Because that's
me and Tarek dead ass. Yeah. We slept in our underwear in your bed.
I know you did.
Because me and Tarek were sitting there like, damn, it's more comfy to sleep in underwear. And they're like, wait, we don't care. So then we did it. It's a great time.
Yep.
Also, I slept on your side of the bed because
the Joey pit?
There was the Joey pit,
yeah.
and it was the most comfortable. I just felt like I was sleeping in a cocoon.
So the thing about that is, it's not intentional. So I have a Sleep Number bed.
Yeah.
So I have a really nice, expensive bed, and I love my Sleep Number. It's great. However, I like to have it at 75, which is pretty firm still. It's not super loose. It's enough to where you kind of fall in, but not a lot. What happens is that bed is old. Yeah. That bed, we've had that since like 2009.
Yeah.
So it's almost 20 years old. And what happens is very quickly, within about 2 weeks of me putting it to 75 where I like it, it goes down to about 30. And that's how the Joey pit forms.
Dude, the Joey pit is so awesome. If any of you guys win like a sweepstake or something, if you ever do that and you get the chance to sleep in the Joey pit, do it. It's so
comfortable, especially if and I will say this: sleeping in that sober, it is not comfortable.
Please tell me, for the love of God, that you replaced your pillows. Are they still? I'm gonna say, are they still yellow?
So the yellow pillow.
Yeah.
The
Hello, are you Danny?
Pillow.
Pillow, yeah.
The yellow pillow is in my closet. It's still there. That's my Ozarks pillow for next year.
Okay. And then we're giving it a send-off, right?
We can burn it. I was going to bring it this year, and I forgot.
You should set a reminder now.
My phone
even though we don't have the dates.
My phone isn't on me. Yeah, once we have the dates, I will do that. Yep, we burned one of them. So those pillows are just old. Like, those pillows were like already like 15 years old at that point. They've just aged. I use pillowcases a lot more now to prevent another one from turning that color, so I don't get made fun of. It's just sweat. I'm a big guy. I sweat a lot. It sucks, but it is what it is.
It happens to the best of us.
That pillow also has ink stains on it from living in Tampa. A certain someone spit they were doing like homework, and they had like my pillow as like their armrest.
Are they doing it with a fucking quill?
No, they had like a pen, like a regular like ink pen, and it exploded. It just broke, and so the ink started leaking out.
Just the thought of them doing homework with like a quill and ink was.
You knew that person. That's not out of the realm of believability.
It's not.
Like.
Oh my God.
No flame to that person. That person probably won't listen to this, and if they do, that was not meant to be a dig. But I don't think they're gonna listen to this ever.
Dude, oh my God.
Wow.
Dude, honestly, I don't remember a single damn thing about 2022.
It's such a blur.
It really, it's the 4 year, it's the COVID jump, like the 2020 time
like
gap.
2021. I vaguely remember. Last year, I still remember. 2022 is a fucking blur.
I don't remember 2022 at all.
I flunked out of like a class in 2022, and I don't even remember that. That was when my stepdad got diagnosed with cancer. That was 2022. I don't. 2022 is it's a total blur.
2022 is definitely one of those.
It was such a mid-year.
Yeah.
This is the way to describe it.
Yeah.
2023 was better. 2024 so far has been...
2024 has been all right. Here's the thing. My hot take is that 2020, goated year.
I think so.
Here's the thing. And it's definitely... I can confidently say it's definitely because I'm a gamer.
Oh, it was awesome.
Also, okay, so to paint the picture, I had just moved into my own apartment.
Yep.
Everyone was mandated to work from home. Mm-hmm. Animal Crossing had just come out.
Yep.
I'm being paid for a full-time job to sit at home and play Animal Crossing during the day, and then at night, play Call of Duty.
Yep.
And that was when Warzone was actually fun, and Among Us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we had Among Us.
Dude, honest to God.
And then, a couple months later, we got the Valorant beta. That was the unique point in time where that game was fun.
Dude, let it be known, I fucked in the Valorant beta. I was a goat. I don't care. Anybody can be pissed. Anybody can say whatever they want.
So I remember 2020, I went to go pick up Henry a disposable cart. And he was like, yeah, go to this place. And I was like, okay. So I went to this specific store that he wanted to. Because this was after the rollover happened to 21.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll go buy it for you. That's fine. And I went there, and they were like, here's a bag of free D8 edibles. Just for buying the carts. And I was like, okay. I'm the one that bought them. I get to keep them. I gave Henry his stuff, and I get home to my parents' house because I still lived with them in 2020.
Yeah.
Took my first gummy ever, and we played Valorant. Round 1 pistol round, and I got my first ace in Valorant.
I remember that.
I was time, and I can describe it to you. The reason I got that ace, everything was in slow motion.
Yeah.
It was wild.
There is one specific type of edible that I ate in a legal state of Colorado. But let me tell you, I remember.
I wasn't done swallowing.
I remember after I had it, I played Apex. And it was such a good chocolate, little sweet treat.
Oh, those are the same ones that you got when we came back.
Yeah, and then we played Cold War too. Oh, and dude. I was hitting insane shots, and it was because I was moving in real-time speed. Other people were in slow motion. So, that was a performance-enhancing drug, 100%.
So I will tell you, Nathan, all of the clips, this was because Modern Warfare 3, that was my year. This was my year. I was hitting shots I never hit.
Yeah.
I felt so good playing this game this year. That was what it was. Everyone was in slow motion. Every time we'd play S&D, I was going a trillion ticks a second. Fucking everyone else just won.
Well, also, this year I feel like, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I feel like in Cold War, you didn't really fully embrace the sniping aspect.
I didn't like the Cold War snipers. The Cold War snipers, and this is my gripe with Treyarch, and it's just a design philosophy thing, because Infinity Ward and Treyarch have a different approach on snipers.
Yeah.
Treyarch typically makes heavier snipers.
Yeah.
So the ADS speed, and Cold War had very heavy snipers.
Yeah.
It was very hard to get them to be super fast to snap up, and to get your center shot.
Yeah.
I was not as comfortable with them. I felt like they were too slow. I still enjoyed sniping, but I was doing like Marshall level sniping where I was like on the outskirt of the map, just sitting there like a fucking American sniper.
After me and Danny, there's one night after me and Danny completed the mastery camo in MW3. One of them. I don't fucking know. I went back and played Cold War because I was like, MW3 is kind of dog shit compared to this. And I did the sniping, and I was like, the reason why sniping in Treyarch games is so good is because they literally just smack a fucking JPEG of a sniper scope on the screen, and that's it. It doesn't do this annoying swaying movement bullshit that Infinity Ward snipers do.
No, but the unfortunate part is Infinity Ward snipers, they give us the really fast ADS speed.
That is true.
Which means you get those fucking really beautiful quick scope montages.
I don't know if Tyler remembers this. He did agree. The week, maybe sooner if we're lucky. The week leading up to Black Ops 6, we're kicking it old school. We're going back to Cold War.
Oh,
for S&D.
Okay, just make sure that okay, awesome. I will get it installed then.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yep,
I would love that.
He agreed last night.
Cold War S&D is so fucking goated. I cannot wait. Especially because some of the map rumors, like apparently we're gonna get WMD back from Black Ops 1, Firing Range, Nuketown.
We're getting like DLC Black Ops 2 maps too.
Yeah. Well, next year we're getting like the treatment that MW3 was, where it was just MW2 classic maps.
But it's Treyarch, so
but it's gonna be Black Ops 2 maps.
Yeah.
So we're going to get all the BO2 maps remade, which I'm going to be honest with you. So I went back through and I was thinking about Black Ops 2 recently. And I've played Black Ops 2, like vanilla Black Ops 2, relatively recently because we have an Xbox here. Some of those maps have not aged as gracefully as our nostalgia vision.
No, I would agree.
Like, I'm sorry, Express plays like shit.
That map
in
was
modern
horrible.
year. In my brain.
They brought it back for Cold War, didn't they?
Yeah, and in my head, I'm sitting here going, God, I fucking loved Express, and I loved Raid. And then I think about it, and I'm just like, God, Raid was fun.
Yeah.
Raid still plays pretty fine.
Raid is goated.
Express, though, man, people are pussies now.
It's terrible.
It's awful.
It's just window wars.
Yeah.
It's either window wars or you're fighting in that annoying little, like, fucking gazebo thing.
Or it's you're chasing each other in circles.
Yeah.
I will say, though, the goated map from Black Ops 2, my all-time favorite fucking map in Black Ops 2, that better be in this game, is Yemen.
Really?
Fucking... Dude, I have such a nostalgia boner for Yemen.
That is the worst take I've ever heard. This is horrible timing. I have to pee so bad.
Well, we can wrap up. Yeah, we can wrap up.
Or we can pee, or
if you want to take another break, we can keep going.
Or we can take a break. Yeah.
If you want to keep going,
I'm
we can.
Down. I'm down. I'm down, but I want to go pee.
What we're going to do is we're going to take a brief break. We will be right back. We can talk about that. Welcome back. So we're back for what is going to be the longest episode of Joey Moments because we decided that we're going to keep going. So back onto the conversation of Yemen.
Okay, is Yemen
a trash for you to call that a trash take?
Okay, maybe I missed. Is Yemen which? So I was thinking it was the one with all the broken planes and the fucking.
No, that's Turbine.
Okay, I take it back. Yemen is the one that had like the sink, like the giant like holes in the map. Correct? It's where Scump. It's where Scump was in the window.
Yeah, and it had like the weird like building in the back where you had to walk over like the stone walkway.
Yes, the stone walkway. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That map. I'll give you that. Not as bad as Turbine. No, I was thinking Turbine.
Turbine. So I still love Turbine, but Turbine for me was just a map that you just tried to hit shots on. That was it.
That's how I feel about Carrier.
God, yeah, right? Oh, God, I don't like playing on Carrier, but you could hit some nutty-ass trick shots
Carrier,
on
when you realize, it's just the most simple. It's just a giant square.
But it's not the worst map. The worst map is absolutely... And these are stock maps. These aren't DLC maps.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, I cannot name Black Ops 2 DLC maps because they are all generic in my head.
Honest to God, yeah, I would agree with that. It came out with... You had Nuketown 2025. That was
all I needed.
Anything else. And plus, Zombies was so goated back in the day. That's what I cared about over multiplayer.
Oh, no, I was still multiplayer. I max prestiged twice in Black Ops 2 on 2 separate accounts. My uncle was max prestige in Black Ops 2. Fun fact.
Dude, fun fact, I have never max prestige.
Well, that's because you're a bitch.
I didn't go for a mastery camo until Cold War.
I didn't go for a mastery camo. Well, okay, so that's not true. I have a mastery camo.
Well, sorry, say what you're going to say and then I'll...
If Black Ops 2 would have a mastery camo for getting all diamond on everything, I would have it because I have diamond on everything.
So, I didn't have a mastery camo. The first time I actually went for the mastery camo was Cold War. But you could maybe consider Advanced Warfare. Because Advanced Warfare, that's how you would get the royalty armor.
Yeah.
Was by getting royalty, because that was the new diamond.
Yep.
And I did that for everything except for... Because let's see. Depending on the weapon class, you would get a different set of the armor. Yep. Or sorry, a different part of the set of armor, which was cool. So for pistols, it was the gloves. Shotguns, it was the pants. Mm-hmm. The exosuit, was that ARs or was that SMGs?
I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't play a whole lot of
I don't fucking remember. Warfare. But that was the closest that I got. I got the full royalty armor, so I guess you could consider that
Yep.
the first time I actually got mastery, but there wasn't one mastery camo overall.
So Advanced Warfare, my relationship with that game is unique because
love that game.
I did not buy it at launch.
Yeah.
I fell out. I was like, I don't really. It doesn't look like COD to me. I'll just play Ghosts and Black Ops 2. One day I logged into my Xbox, and because back when the Xbox One came out, you could do like the weird game sharing, where you'd make your home Xbox someone else's Xbox, and you'd get all their games.
Yes.
I forgot that I had done that at one of our friends' houses.
Yeah.
And so I had Advanced Warfare for free.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I might as well play it. That game was so much fun. I regretted not getting it at launch because this was like 6 months into the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is fun.
Dude, honest to God, anyone who hates on Advanced Warfare, they're just not with it. That game
So much fun.
was gas.
However, I will say this.
Black Ops 3 did it better.
Advanced Warfare is the worst of the exo movement CODs.
I would agree, actually. I would agree with that. In my opinion, I think Tyler shares this opinion too.
Infinite Warfare
had
is
the best
one. Best movement, best gunplay.
Black Ops 3 was the most fun because that was the one where it still felt like a 100% Call of Duty.
Yep. Infinite Warfare. Well, and Infinite Warfare had this problem where the game just wasn't as popular because everyone bought the deluxe edition
Just
to play
for Modern Warfare
Remastered.
Remastered.
Because that's what I did too.
Which I did it too. And then I was playing Modern Warfare Remastered and I was like, let's be real. In this day and age, you realize, damn, it was the time period.
I don't know.
Now here's the thing. I will say,
COD 4 has a special place in my heart.
enjoyed the simplicity of COD 4.
You also have to think about this. I like my slow shooters because I like Halo.
Yeah.
So COD 4 very much fits into that
is
realm.
true.
It's a shooter that people like me, I'm definitely a boomer shooter guy.
I would agree with that.
I adore that game with all my heart. However, I don't think COD 4 even breaks my top 5. You know, honestly, you know what? I'm going to have this conversation with a couple other people who come on this podcast.
Are we ranking COD
We're going to
games?
rank our top 5 Call of Duties. We'll break them down each rank.
In order, correct?
In order. So this is going to go from worst to best. So I want your number 5 pick.
My number 5 pick. Let's see. My number 5 pick. Honest to God, this is definitely a nostalgia aspect. I'm going to put Ghosts.
I don't blame you. Honestly, Ghost is so it's not underrated. Well, it is underrated, but it's overhated.
It is overhated.
It's such a good game.
And this might be a hot take because I've heard other people say otherwise. In my personal opinion, the ranking system, like the actual like prestige system, was brutal.
It was.
It felt like it took forever.
Yeah, I thought it did.
Like I played that game, I shit you not, for probably a year straight.
Yeah.
But I was not grinding a video game like I would now. That was just me casually playing the game with Logan and Tyler. I think I got like 3rd prestige.
I think that's about how far I got. But I just played, so I was weird at that point because I maxed prestige in Black Ops 2, and after that I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Ghost was just me and Noah would play that game. We would play that and Battlefield 4.
Well, that was the whole thing. That was the first time that Call of Duty was like trying, like that one map where you're in the jungle and you could knock the tree over.
Oh, I forgot.
Like it was like the first time you had interactive maps.
And you had the DLC map.
Yes.
Or the pre-order bonus map. What was it? Free Fall. Where the building falls in the middle of the middle of the match. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
I went back and played Ghost recently.
Honestly, the gunplay was solid. Everything except for, what was the map? Was it Stonehaven?
No, most of the maps. So I will say this: most of the Ghost maps,
but Stonehaven was
too big.
Worst.
The problem was they needed to do one of two things. They needed to do 3 things in my opinion, and Ghost would have been a perfect game.
Yeah.
Maps either needed to be smaller, or they needed to have more people in a lobby, and then the other thing was kill streaks sucked.
Yes.
Kill streaks did nothing.
Whenever I think of Ghost, I think distinctly of 2 maps. I'm horrible about remembering map names, but I think of the baseball stadium.
Okay.
And I think of like the smaller...
Was that Strike Zone?
Yes. Yes.
With the hot dog guy?
Yes.
Yep.
I remember that map, and I remember the small town. That was a good, relatively mid-sized map. That was pretty good.
Do you remember the map with all the water, where you'd like have to swim?
Fuck. Hang on. Was that was a deal? No.
No, it was a launch map.
I remember.
Where like half the map is like, where like there's building, like it's like broken
I remember
buildings,
the one
and there's water just like
in the middle.
Yeah, like in the middle, and then in like some of the buildings had water.
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Could you swim in the water though?
Yeah, you could.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't think you.
But I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was basically like it was like two buildings alongside each other with like the
I'm
giant
pretty sure you
open.
could swim if I'm remembering. Nostalgia might be blinding.
But I remember that one. That one wasn't terrible. Stonehaven was the worst.
It was the best infection map though.
But in my opinion, Ghost has my favorite DLC. Traditional DLC. I don't count the new DLC. Like Battle Pass is not DLC. I don't.
You're
care.
talking about.
I'm talking about 4 packs. You would get 4 DLC packs in the lifetime of the game. The Ripper from Ghost.
Okay.
Goated. Yeah. Now I thought the Maverick was sick because you had the sniper and an AR, but the Ripper was perfect because it was an SMG and an AR.
And Ghost was the one where we got the Michael Myers mode, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and the Predator.
Was the Predator?
Yeah. Ghost? Yeah, in the second DLC pack. You guys play as Predator, and you could go invisible and attack people.
So much fun. God.
All right, so we could obviously.
So that's number 5. That's 5. Okay, I would. I'm trying to think of my. I'm going from the top to my bottom in my head. I'd probably put Modern Warfare 3 is probably going to... No, Modern Warfare 2 Classic is my number 5 pick. OG Modern Warfare 2 is my classic. I love Modern Warfare 2, but as we'll get to it later, I did not get to play it at launch. Yeah. I played it right before Black Ops 1 came out.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to be honest, I love the balance of Modern Warfare 3 more.
Yeah.
Because it's like a balanced version of MW2. And Z's a big guy on but it being unbalanced is what made it fun. Sure, I guess, but... I would just get noob tubed like every fucking match, and that just got annoying.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna put honest to God hand. Let me do my mental math really quick.
Yeah.
So we have so 5th place I put.
5th place you put Ghost.
Ghost. Okay.
Yeah. And I did Modern Warfare 3. There's just so many games to pick from now.
Okay. If I did my math correctly. Because I can't really speak too much on MW2 because I started playing right at Black Ops 2.
Yep. Yeah.
Which, let's be real, horrible time to actually get Xbox Live because it was just straight peak.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was literally...
But at least you got to experience it, right?
Yes.
Like, think about that.
But that's the thing. To come in literally at the height
and have not just at the height, but at the end of that era.
Yeah. So, I would say then, I can't argue with MW2 as 5th for you because like I said, I don't know it. 4th for me, I'd probably put OG MW3. And this is kind of another nostalgia because I didn't play a whole lot of multiplayer for MW3. I would when I'd go over and play with Logan, but we'd do split screen. Mm-hmm. But I would play a lot of the survival mode.
Spec Ops?
Yeah, where you do the waves.
Me and my cousin played so much Spec
That was
Ops.
cool.
It was insane. And it was like a grind. It was like zombies, but it almost felt harder because they had guns.
Yeah,
they were doing damage to you. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 Classic is my number 4 pick too. I think it's a solid game. I remember being super excited for it to come out.
Yeah,
because it was the first Call of Duty that came out after we moved here, and I remember every kid in 6th grade being fucking excited for it.
Yeah.
Like they banned us from drawing on our notebooks because like everyone had the little MW3 etched into their notebooks.
Yes.
Like their composite notebooks.
Do you remember you could also get, there was an MW3 notebook.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I wasn't privileged. I had the black and, like, you remember the black and white composite notebook? And I had to use my eraser to etch into it.
Yeah. I'm glad that we're in agreement then. All right. Now this is where so now we're on what?
3? Number 3, yep.
3rd place for me, I'm putting Advanced Warfare.
In a similar vein, I would also put an Exo Movement COD. Black Ops 3 is my 3rd favorite COD of all time.
Ooh, actually, you know what?
It doesn't...
I did my math wrong. I got to put Black Ops 3, actually.
Yeah, so Black Ops 3...
I did my math wrong. So, really, I'd change 4th to Advanced Warfare and 3rd to Black Ops 3. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, gamers.
Ghost goes down to 6. That's fine. For me... Black Ops 3, it's not even the multiplayer because I did not play a whole lot of BO3 multiplayer. Unfortunately, I kind of look back with that with some regret. I wish I could have enjoyed more of it. Zombies. Black Ops 3, to me, is by far the perfect zombies experience.
Dude, well...
Because I still go back, as far as like the old CODs, that's the COD I play the most still to this day. Because I will just, like, if everyone gets off, or like if there are nights where I don't want to play WoW and you guys are all playing like Apex because I can't fucking stand Apex, I'll just play Kino. I'll just go on to BO3 and just grind Kino. It's such a relaxing experience.
Black Ops 3 was so. Here's my thing. I hate, you know me, I hate class-based shooters, which is ironic because I play Apex.
Yeah.
Black Ops 3, I liked it though because it's like you wouldn't design your team comp around it though.
No, it was just an additional thing.
It was
almost like having just an additional
exactly.
like
it's not
lethal
like
equipment.
in ranked Apex you need you have to have a support player.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. It's just you just need to do it, right? And like for example, like TF2, you think okay, because that's another class-based shooter that I love.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: your medic is usually they're going to ubercharge the fucking heavy. Right, like that.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all you needed for your team comp. Now, obviously, it got a little different in man versus machine because you actually need to like strategize.
Yep.
But I liked that with Black Ops 3, you could play as whatever the fuck you wanted, and it did not affect the balance.
That's how Black
of
Ops
the
4
teams.
was too.
Oh, I always forget about Black Ops 4. That was kind of just a filler COD.
You know what? Black Ops 4 was a great COD until the black market came out, and then it killed the game.
Blackout was good.
Also, Blackout.
I'm convinced
Blackout's better than Warzone.
I'm convinced that we got the first up in Blackout.
Dude.
We got because it released an hour early for us.
Yeah.
We got it an hour before it was technically supposed to go live.
I would have to go back and grab the picture. I have it saved on my phone.
Yeah.
The timestamp on it was because I lived in Tampa.
Yeah.
So I had the East Coast time. We had our dub between 12:30 and 12:40 p.m.
Yeah. It
Or
was
not
like
PM, AM.
right after it came out.
It was literally within the hour that the game came out, we had a dub.
Yeah.
And it was insane. Because I remember people messaging me
Yeah,
being like,
same.
how the fuck do you guys already,
I
how are
put
you
out
guys
my
winning
story,
already?
and people were like, how the fuck did you... I would be willing to place money down on the fact that I'm pretty sure that we were one of the first people in the world to get a Warzone dub. Not Warzone, sorry, Blackout.
Oh, we were easily, I would say, within the first dozen people.
Yeah.
Or maybe not a dozen, within the first 50 groups.
I would agree.
Absolutely, though. Like, if it was like WoW, because WoW will keep track of who gets the first, like, raid clear.
Yeah.
Whenever the raids drop.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole thing. Like, they'll have, like, Blizzard will have, like, a huge streaming event.
Yeah.
Of being like, which guild will have the first raid clear? And it's a big deal. If they had done that for Blackout, they'd have been like, the lads.
The lads.
Okay, so number 3 is Black Ops 3 for both of us.
Number 3 is Black Ops 3.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
What's your number 2? This is where I think we're going to differ. I think our top 2 are going to be vastly different.
Number 2.
Number 15.
Dude, honest to God, this is 100% like just because of like the way that the world was. I'm putting Cold War, dude. Cold War was such an S tier Call of Duty, but anytime that I think back to Cold War, though, I will say this. Anytime that I think back to Cold War, I'm not thinking of how perfect the game was or I'm thinking of how fun I had playing the game.
It was so much fun.
With our S&D group.
So
That's what made Cold War fun.
I have a clip. This is one of my favorite Twitch clips of all time. And it's a clip with He Who Shall Not Be Named. And it's them just bitching about something. And then a care package just slams down on them because we were playing hardcore. And a care package slams down. And it was a Christmas stream. So I was streaming Christmas music, but it was the non-copyright stream. And as soon as the care package lands, sleigh bells start fucking playing.
Oh my God. Dude, I remember that. Yeah, at nighttime. Dude. But so that's what I will say. I'm not talking about the quality of the game. I'm talking about the memories that fully come with it. Cold War.
That's
and honest to God, if it was not for obviously my number 1 choice, which I think we already know what my number 1 choice is.
I think you might have the same number 1 choice, yeah.
But that is my number 2 pick. But again, it's not because of the quality of the game. It's because of the quality of the time that I had.
That's fair.
Playing that game.
Fair. My number 2 pick is very different from yours. However, still a Black Ops game, but it is the original Black Ops.
I'm not surprised by that.
Because that was the first COD that I got to experience like on launch day.
Yeah.
Like I came home.
Launch day COD is a different feeling.
Oh, it's
back in the day.
Crazy. I can tell you the first map and I can tell you the first mode I played. It was TDM on fucking Crisis.
I feel like everybody's always team deathmatch.
It's always
the
team
safest
deathmatch.
bet.
Well, and then I think it was Crisis, like the Cuban match. I was like, the beach
Yes.
in Black Ops 1. I
Yeah.
think that's Crisis is what it's called. That was the very first map I ever played on. But I remember getting home and my uncle was at work. He had come home from work and had played it on his lunch break because he pre-ordered it. So we have, actually, funnily enough, speaking of the devil, I just put this up onto the set this week. The Black Ops bandana. That is the pre-order bonus for Black Ops 1 at Walmart.
They got to bring back pre-order bonuses.
So that was what you got for having the physical pre-order at Walmart, is you got the bandana on launch day. I have 3 of them because my uncle just took extra.
Jesus.
Me and Eric, when we lived in the same neighborhood as kids, we used that for Capture the Flag.
That would be fun.
We had the Black Ops
That's
flag.
what we should do for paintball.
Do CTF? I'd be down. That'd be so much fun.
Paintball's so fun, but I just know
Anna's going to target Tarek.
Anna's not going to be there. She's going to be in Oklahoma.
That sucks for Anna.
Actually, I think it sucks for
Tarek is
Tarek.
safe. No, Tarek's safe.
That is true.
Tarek's safe, 'cause Anna would target him.
Honest to God, Anna would do like a good old fashioned Apex execution on Tarek, 100%.
Do a little spin. Do the little piece on the lifeline.
Anna would trick shot the fuck out of Tarek in paintball.
But back to Black Ops 1. So I remember coming home from school. My aunt had picked me up. And mind you, at school, I don't know if you've ever heard this story. We had an Xbox 360 that we had like a 100-foot Ethernet cable into the and it was on the AV cart, playing on some shitty CRT TV. And that's how we'd play Halo on the school's internet. My best friend growing up, his parents donated a 360 to the After Kids Club or the After School Club, whatever. And that day we played Halo 3 because nobody had Black Ops 1 yet. Oh, dude, I got home. I saw that our PlayStation 3 at my uncle's recliner, had a copy of Black Ops 1. Dude, immediately I turned on the TV. We had the 60-inch CRT, the one that weighed 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Sat in that
The one
recliner.
that you would have the wind-up noise when you turn it on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I sat down in his recliner and played Black Ops 1 until he got home and kicked me off.
Dude. Black Ops 1 is good, but I like honestly, I didn't play a whole lot of Black Ops 1 multiplayer. I love the campaign, though.
The campaign's goated.
Campaign is good.
I think that might be, without a doubt, my favorite Black Ops campaign.
That might be my favorite. No, my favorite campaign would probably be MW3.
Yep. The ending of that, I played that campaign in one sitting.
Yeah.
So
that would be good. MW3 would probably be my favorite.
No, I think we all know what the number 1 COD of all time is.
Number 1 is, if you're not stupid.
If we disagree on this, I will kick you out of my house.
You're the host. You get the honor of saying
it's Black Ops 2.
It is Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 is by far the best Call of Duty.
And that's what sucks about that being my first real COD experience.
That sucks.
Dude,
that's so bad.
Black Ops 2 was the greatest Call of Duty game of all fucking time.
It was such a surreal experience because, God, there's the way people acted in video games back then, and they don't do the same thing, right? Don't get me wrong, I get it. Saying slurs online is bad. But man, there was something about being a 12-year-old and just being told by some random 40-year-old that I was X, Y, and Z and that they were fucking my mom. I was like, what the fuck, man? And then you'd go around, you'd fucking quick scope that 40-year-old who just told you he was fucking your mom.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, I'm fucking your mom. My mom's dead. Yeah, well, I'm in her fucking coffin.
Dude, honest to God.
That joke might need to be censored. Oh, my God.
Dude, the most painful part about thinking about this, though, is that takes place in 2025, and that's literally...
That's next year.
That's in fucking, 5 months? 4 months? I think that to celebrate the new year, I think that everyone who has Black Ops 2 on PC, we should load it up and play, custom lobbies.
I think so.
That would be fun.
Dude, did you see the thing I sent in the group chat, the COD chat?
Which one?
The Modern Warfare 2 remastered?
Yes, I've been seeing clips
I want
of
to
that.
play it. So the only thing that sucks is you have to own MWR on PC.
Yeah.
But I'm down to buy it and play a round of it. Because, dude, MW2 is such an unbalanced shit fest.
Dude, that's the thing that made Cold War fun is obviously we found our broken loadout and that was it. It was the fact that we'd be playing against these CDL tryhard shitters, and we would just destroy them using a sniper.
It was
and
so
dual
funny.
pistols.
It was so funny because I always remember the map. It happened on the same map every time, where we would be down 0-3 on Crossroads, and someone on the other team would say something racist, and we would toggle.
Yeah. We wouldn't care until somebody said something racist.
And
Because something is so fun about pissing off racists.
Dude, it was so funny. And it was always that map. It was Crossroads and then Satellite.
Dude, I also, another thing, we can't go into too much detail, but I remember there was a particular dry spout when we realized we weren't getting people to talk shit to us. So we used the clan tag of a certain, I'm going to specify this just so people don't think that, of a certain left-leaning presidential candidate at the time. And another group of people would get very mad.
Angry. Oh, it was so funny.
It was.
Oh my god.
And I remember because I think I was the first person to do it.
I think you were.
I think I did it, and then you did it, and then I think Nick did it.
Yeah.
I think that we were the three who did it first, and then everybody else kind of followed after.
Yep.
People would get pissed.
No, they'd get so angry, and
People
then
would get so
it automatically would just turn into racism.
Dude, shocker. But anyway. I hope that Black Ops 6 is good. I will take time off for Black Ops 6.
As of right now, I have the day after. So I have that Friday off. So I have the day it comes out off. So that way I have a
Well, because it'll come out what, Thursday night?
Thursday night at 11. Well,
yeah,
I won't
I'll take Friday off.
So I won't be here right at 11 because I'll be in Lincoln seeing Gabriel Iglesias with my uncle.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna get back about midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So you guys will have me beat a little bit. However, what I will say, in spirit of us all loving Black Ops and it being Black Ops 6, I think we should have a LAN at the house for Black Ops 6 coming out.
I'd do it.
Nathan said it here, guys.
I would do
you
it.
Heard it.
Dude, I'm a slut for LANs.
I love LANs.
I love doing LANs.
It's such a fun experience.
Here's the thing. It's LANs are fun, but
It's just
LANs
difficult
when
with
everyone
PCs.
is playing the same game. That's what makes it fun.
Yep. I agree.
So-
well, with Black Ops 6 coming out, all of us could.
I would do it.
Could get down
because
here.
there's me. Let's see. There's me. Well, actually, from what it sounds like, we might have too many people.
Well, I'm talking. So I love everyone. I'm talking the core group. I'm talking me, you, Dylan, Tyler, Marshall, Danny, Eric.
How many is that? Is that 6?
That's 7.
And you can at least do that. Wait, is it 6v6? I don't know.
I think it's 6v6. But even if we have to split up into 2 groups, we can. Yeah. And then Nick, if Nick wanted to come, obviously.
Camo grind is one thing though. Camo grind is kind of like.
Well, and night 1 though. Night 1 is just the grind to get the first knife gold.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just who can do that first. It's always Tyler.
All right.
He gets it in like an hour. And it's fucking it's insane how cracked he gets sometimes.
All right. I feel like, all right. So now that we've agreed on that, I feel like we've talked a lot about video games.
We have.
So now, should we bring it back to us, to the actual lads?
To the lads? Yeah, probably. Probably.
I guess
We've gone for like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Probably wrap up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up here. It's your call.
Man.
It's
Well,
you
and you're the guy who always tells me I love 2-hour-long podcasts.
Honest to God, if it was I'd go for another hour. I love a good 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour long podcast, dude. I love it.
It's just gonna. I love my computer. I don't have a bad computer. However, I have learned now I do not have a computer that is designed to render video.
Yeah, no, that's why
Even
Tarek built his computer to do it.
Even just an hour-long video takes like, and there's like nothing. Like you can go through and watch the podcast on YouTube. There's not a whole lot of extra stuff I add.
Yeah.
And it still takes a half hour, 45 minutes to render that video. This week, I don't know, it's probably going to take me over an hour to render it.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, so this week I did not go to work Tuesday. Monday night, after we went to Jersey's and to Dairy Queen.
Dude, that was brutal, but it was so good.
It was so good. The Dairy Queen made it worth it.
Yeah, I would agree.
After that, I came home. I did not edit the podcast.
Do they have AC data?
I don't know.
I'm getting really hungry, so I'm trying to think of what I want for dinner.
That's a great question. Then they didn't. I came home and I was like, I just don't want to edit the podcast today. I was like, I really thought, I was like, because there were some things I wanted to try out this week that I didn't end up doing. I was like, I'm just going to edit it tomorrow and I'm just going to delay it a day. Ended up not going to work on Tuesday. So the podcast came out at 1:08. So it came out 8 minutes late.
Damn.
Only reason it came out late was because it rendered until 12:45. Because I woke up at like 9 a.m. And started editing the podcast right away. Because I was like, oh shit, I didn't do that last night.
That's like, oh my God. very quick note before we end. That's like when we would do the lads video, and like as we would end, like we would like for this most recent one, it was 2.5 hours long, right? We set aside like 8 hours of time for it to render because here's the thing, it takes almost the same amount of time to render. Normally it wouldn't, but with all like the effects and the different things that we had to go that went into editing parts of it.
Yeah, because if it's just like raw footage, it renders pretty quick.
Well, then here's the thing that would be rough about it is it sits there, it renders over about 2 hours, right? Then we have to watch it all the way through.
Yep.
And then you find, shit, this part didn't render. Or shit, there's a part here that we need to fix.
Yep.
So you got to render it
how many
again.
things. It's amazing how many things. Like you'll be looking at like the timeline when
Yeah.
you're editing, and you go, "Oh, that looks perfect," and then you'll render it and watch it through, and you're just like, "Ah, fuck."
Yeah, there were so many times that we would watch parts like 100 times and be like, that looks perfect. The second we render it and watch it out, we're like, fuck, yeah,
You're just
maybe
like,
we gotta
"God,"
fix
You're
this.
just like, "Oh man, that didn't
Dude,
turn
and
out quite right."
the worst part about that is like we talk about it all the time. Is like we would be sitting here on premiere night, and we would see a part and like, damn, we should have done this instead.
Yeah.
Like you'll never have enough time to do something like that.
No, you guys would have to. For you guys to have like your quote unquote perfect thing, I think you guys would have to edit like a year in advance.
We would need Marvel's budget. Do you know the incredible things that we could do if we had Marvel's budget?
If we could do that, we may actually have gotten the lads orgy.
Yeah. You never know. There's a 10-year reunion that I feel like we have to do because it was Terry's request, and what Terry says goes. So
It's true. Except we didn't get the burger podcast that Terry requested.
That
we
is
are,
true.
However, getting the wing podcast. That starts next month.
Are you doing guest star? No, it's just you and Z, right?
I would be open to having guest stars every once in a while. For the most part, it's going to be just me and Z.
My only request is if you find a really bitchin' wing spot, can you at least tell me about it? I mean, I know you'll
It'll be
obviously
in the podcast. Yeah,
it'll be in the
you
podcast.
just have to listen to the podcast.
But you got to let me know ASAP.
I will. I'll text you. Yeah. That's
Perfect.
fine.
Perfect.
I'm really excited about it because I really do want to find the best wings in Omaha.
I like that. That's why I like the personal aspect of like with the beers. Which is this the first time that
we've drank
you still
a
got
lot.
beer in that, buddy?
Here, my bad.
Hell yeah. There you go. Is this the first time that you've destroyed a six-pack on... Obviously, I know it's not, but on the podcast.
Oh, that's not a chugging beer.
It's not a joke.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's terrible as a chug.
Yeah, it's rough. But...
However, that being said... it's just sitting right here.
It's a very thick beer. It's heavy.
Men will see this and go, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you like that comment on your,
I
your
did.
Instagram?
I did.
I was trying to post it when I typed it out. I was like, I don't want this to sound insensitive to your tattoo. But I was like, yeah, guys will see this and think, hell yeah.
Oh shit, do you have to restart your camera for the
No,
end?
we're wrapping up.
All right,
It'll
perfect.
just go to the lads production card. Because this podcast is produced in association with the lads.
The Lads LLC.
Yep.
Can I say that as a joke, even though it's not an LLC?
It's not right now. Maybe one day.
One day.
One day. If this podcast really takes off and I need to protect my assets, maybe one day.
Lads LLC.
Which fun fact, in Nebraska, there's not a Lads LLC. I know because I checked. Nobody take that, please.
Yeah, if you take that.
Actually, I have other
pissed.
stuff. But yeah, it's just this podcast is produced in association with the Lads and is funded by viewers like you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess, yeah, we'll wrap up. Nathan, I appreciate you coming out. This was an extra long episode. This episode 10 had to be long.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a
you've earned
celebratory
that.
episode.
It's been good. I feel like it's coming to fruition.
I think it's
starting to really identify itself and get its own personality.
It is.
So
I'm excited for what the future holds. Next week's guest is going to be funny
I don't know
guy.
anything past mine except for
You know the last one.
I know the last one, and I know about one of the guest. Like I know they're all guest stars, but like one of the guest stars.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about. So I'm going to try to avoid spoilers.
It's a 20. I will say this. It's a 28 episode season.
28. Damn.
28. It'll put us to Thanksgiving.
Wait. So are there going to be duplicates for people?
Nope.
No.
Only duplicate will be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be it. Only duplicate will be the season finale. Will be duplicate.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's it.
I'm excited.
Everything else will be a different person. Oh my God. That beer gave me the hiccups.
It's that 5%. You just drink 15% alcohol total, basically.
Oh no, I'm drunk. Oh no, what will I do? Where are my keys? But yeah, so yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming out. I always enjoy getting to talk to you. Me and you talk pretty frequently.
Yeah.
It's not like some of the other people who have been here where I don't get to have conversations. Me and you talk very regularly.
Yeah.
Normally about Superman. That's like our
we had to veto
one.
that because,
Yeah,
because I could talk about it for hours.
I will say next year, because I very well intend on doing this throughout next year.
Can we have one where we talk about the movie?
I want to do a special video thing about it. Like I want to have like videos of us going to the movie, like the premiere.
Dude, please.
Obviously not in the movie. I don't condone
please.
piracy.
Yeah.
But I do want to have like a special video of me and you reacting to Superman. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yep. I wish I could have done that if I'd started the podcast earlier. I would have wanted to do that with Indiana Jones with Jacob.
That would make good. Oh,
he'd
be a good guest.
Spoiler, he is not on my season 1 list.
Damn.
Just because he seems to be a hard person to schedule with.
But if you want it to happen, I'll make it happen. I'll help.
There's another thing that's supposed to happen that me and him planned and it just hasn't happened. So in the future, maybe season 2.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming out. And for our audio and video listeners and watchers, thanks for tuning in for an extra long episode of the Joy Moments podcast. We'll be back next week with a normal episode. Thanks for listening.